Hello and welcome to the third lesson in our Java programming series. So this is going to be the last video of the introduction part. Next we will move on to the actual practical session. But in case you have not watched the previous lessons, I'll leave a link in the description and also these cards up here. So let's get going. So in this lesson we're going to learn about object-oriented programming. Now Java is an object-oriented programming language like C++. As the term implies, an object is a fundamental entity in a Java program. Objects can be used effectively to represent real-world entities. For instance, an object might represent a particular employee in a company. Each employee object handles the processing and data management related to that employee. Now, if I want to give a more real-life example, I think the example of an office was more suitable. So in an office there are many offices or rooms or cubicles. In each of those cubicles or rooms there are employees working, each designated for a specific function. So from each of those rooms and cubicles, a part of the whole work comes out, an output comes out, and all of them compiles together to keep the company or the office running. So these are objects. Those cubicles which I just mentioned are those objects. We will explain in more detail as we go along this series. So next up we have problem solving. The purpose of writing a program is to solve a problem. Solve a problem consists of multiple activities like understanding the problem, design a solution, consider alternatives and refine the solution, implement the solution, and finally test the solution. These activities are not purely linear, they overlap and interact. The key to designing a solution is breaking it down into manageable pieces. When writing a software, we design separate pieces that are responsible for certain parts of the solution. Remember that example about the office? An object-oriented approach lends itself to this kind of solution decomposition. We will dissect our solutions into pieces called objects and classes. So, in detail, an object has a state and behavior. State is descriptive characteristics. Behaviors is what it can do or what can be done to it. For example, the state of a bank account details includes its current balance. The behaviors associated with the bank account include the ability to make deposits and withdrawals. Note that the behavior in an object might change its state. Next up we have classes. Now this is a term you are going to listen to again and again and again, especially in Java. So classes, an object is defined by a class. A class is the blueprint of an object. The class uses methods to define the behaviors of the object. Multiple objects can be created from the same class. In this photo, you can actually see the depiction of objects and classes. So a class can be a bank account. Simple, the concept, the bank account. And this concept can have many objects like John's bank account, Bill's bank account, Mary's bank account. But all of them are bank accounts. They comprise the whole concept of bank account. Last but not the least, this is one of the most important concepts of object-oriented programming and especially in Java. So it's the concept of inheritance. So basically, inheritance is just as the name suggests. One class can be used to derive another via inheritance. Classes can be organized into hierarchies. It's like calling something. For example, in this photo you can see students. There are different types of students: adolescent students, adult students, and under adult students there is high school and university. What you can do is, from the students you can actually call adolescent students, you can inherit adult students and as many classes as you can, and with this feature you can actually organize them according to your will or put them into different hierarchies. Next up we just have a summary of what this whole chapter focused on, or this whole introduction part of these 3 videos focused on. And from the next lesson we are going to focus on a more practical approach to learning Java. Till then,